You've been asked about it before. I heard you with Mark Maron years ago, and I like loved the conversation on it. And I'm telling you, I have Disney Plus. It was height of the pandemic. You're looking for something, bro. You might not want to talk on it. You know, I
Uh-oh.
love the Chipmunks movies, dude, and you're great in them, and you are clever, and you're fun. And I don't know if you run away from that talk or not.
No, I've no. I mean, it was. I'm.
You're great in them. You understand that, right? Like you're great in them.
When I get hired for something, I will talk to the director, producer, whatever, and I assume, and I bring it up, like you guys are hiring me in part because I play around and I rewrite and I offer things up and I improvise and I assume that's what you want, and they were no different, and it was. It wasn't a bad experience. It was just sort of an interesting thing. And everybody I worked with on the first two films were great. And then the third film was, I don't know why. I mean, I'll write about it.
Tell me everything. I don't know this, so tell me. I just know, honestly, I know the first one and I know the squeakquel. Those are my jams.
Shipwrecked was
Shipwrecked? I never saw Shipwrecked.
Yeah, don't. It'd be weird if you did now that your kids are grown or whatever. You're like, I'm just hanging out, honey. I'm just going to watch Shipwrecked tonight.
So, what was the premise and plot? And tell me, take us through Shipwrecked.
It was my character. Well, first of all, if you watch it, know that there was this really blatant, gross product placement thing with Carnival Cruise Line.
Great,
so
perfect.
It takes place. The whole thing, or most of it, takes place on a Carnival cruise, in which the people that were on the actual people that were on the Carnival cruise did not know that we were going to be shutting down big sections of the cruise.
Oh, you guys didn't rent out the cruise ship? You did it while the actual cruise was going on?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And then I had this slideshow that I made. I used to do this, and it was called it's just fantasy versus reality. So you would see, I had tons of pictures of the extras in the set, and the people who were acting, like they took over like the water slide and the pool. Yeah. There's drinks. And there are these hot, like 20-something, early 30s kids, and then you just pan over to the real man. It was just, oh boy, it was like the worst of Florida, and it was pretty.
How long was the shoot?
I think we were on the boat for 10 days. I think we were shooting for like 7 of those days, and then we were stuck on there, and there was no. And that was another thing. One of the first things you get in your room, which is tiny. I don't know if you've been on a cruise.
I've never been on a cruise.
But there's the first thing is we got these little packages from production. There's no internet on the boat. And if the ship to shore calls, if you need to make a call, it's like $90 or something. And because you're kind of on this boat, which from the outside, you're like, this is huge. This is massive. But only half of that, what you're looking at, is accessible. Like the rest of it is the inner workings of the ocean liner and all that stuff. So it's way more cramped than you might imagine. There's no, and if you're a guy like me who is one of those like, hey, are you famous? Like I get that a lot when I'm out. People don't know who I am. So they
recognize you, but they just, what do I know you from? One of those.
And then they just want to know, like, how do I know you from? I don't know. And, no, tell me. And so it was 10 days of that, where it's like I just would like to get something to eat, not run through my IMDb page.
I loved you in The 10. Yes, let's talk about it. Let's go. Yes, you wish it was that. Oh my gosh! All right, and then the movie wraps, and you're like, I'm done with this, or you did another one after that.
No, I was contractually obligated to do 3, so I
Okay.
did. That was my last one. That was, but they also treated me very poorly. I don't know why. Um, uh, from the very beginning, it was very strange. I was in London to do the second series of Todd Margaret,
Oh,
the
great.
for decisions Todd Margaret. Um, I don't want to bore everybody with this. It's just
We don't have to.
like and I'm producing the show. I'm
You're
not
the guy. You're the producer. You're the actor. You're everything.
yeah. The only reason I say that is to say that I was responsible for about 60 jobs,
Yeah.
and we had been asking for at least a year whether I was going to be a part of the third thing, because again, I'm contractually obligated to do 3, and they kept saying no, I don't know, and they weren't very helpful or forthcoming. And then I will never forget this as long as I live. It was like Christmas, and we're going to start shooting in about, I want to say 4 weeks, maybe 3 weeks, 4 weeks.
Scripts are done. Actors are hired.
Yeah, we're in pre-production. We're already. Oh, we have.
You're in London. You're like, we're going.
I've been there for months, and we've got sets being built, and people are hired. And again, responsible for roughly 60 jobs, and and a lot of these are friends of mine now. We've been doing the show. We did the pilot, then we did the first series, and now we're getting ready to do the second. And I was at Harrods with my wife.
Mm-hmm.
And which is kind of one of our little Christmas traditions. When we're in London, you go to the food hall, whatever. We're there, and I get my phone rings, and it says like the team or UTA team or whatever, and I'm like, oh, and I just had a bad feling immediately.
You knew, like, the agents are calling on Christmas. What is going on? Yeah.
And I answered the phone, and it's David. I have she runs through my lawyer, my agent, and
the whole team.
So that's only good or bad news.
Yeah,
and it's never anything in between.
You're either in a Marvel movie or something is happening. Yeah,
it's either really good news or really bad news. And then my manager says, "Where are you?" I explain. He goes, "Okay, can you get somewhere? Can you sit down somewhere?" And I know what it is. I know
it's been looming in the back of your mind, like there's a chance.
Yeah. And it's a long, boring story, Peter. But it was awful, and they were so unpleasant and so weird. And then I get the script, of course. Oh, the other thing, I will just say this. So not only is the movie going, they want me to be in Hawaii for rehearsals on January 3rd. And I'm like, I can't, and my wife and I are going on this trip, right, to visit friends in Southern Africa who are in the Peace Corps.
Southern Africa?
Yeah,
going to the Peace Corps.
And I'm also like, rehearsal? Are you?
What are we rehearsing? I'm with a bunch of animatronic.
What are you talking? And then it became clear pretty quickly.
They're just trying to screw you.
They're trying to screw, yeah. And there was this whole thing with the trailer, like, everybody had a nice trailer, like a regular trailer, and I had this moldy, beat up like RV thing
on the ship or in Hawaii.
No, in Hawaii
for the rehearsals for Chipmunks 3.
And the guy's saying like, "That's all. There's a lot of production in Hawaii. That's all." And it's just clear they're with me. And it was. Was
Jason Scott in that one too, or was Jason Lee? Was he in that one too, or did he drop out, or he was in the third one?
Yeah, he was still Dave, and we had a bunch of scenes together, and look, I was professional, and I did what I do, and I tried to make it as good as possible. I tried to add things, and I don't know what. I'm not sure what their issue was. They never were very forthcoming about it. I have no idea. But then they withheld a bonus from me.
Oh, stop! Now we're getting to it. Now I'm angry. Yeah.
They withheld a bonus that I was supposed to get because contractually there was some language in there where I did something where I quote unquote disparaged the movie. And it was strange. It was very odd, and it's the only experience I've had like that. I've never.
Yeah, you've been in a million things. You've never. Yeah, you're like beloved. No. That's amazing.
It was.